We're here to talk just a bit about the video from last week, Nature's Freak. How the music came about, how the composition came about, and we'll be talking about that in just a second. But first, the titles. Oh, they're great. So the music, how that was created for this video and this song. Nature's Freak. Nature's Freak. Yes, quite the song. I hope you watched it last week. It was an event, to say the least, with many, many deeper meanings. And you can find papers on that, things you can read about the song and all that stuff in the descriptions below. So how did that song come about? Well, as I've said before on this channel, I'm a big fan of Skrillex. You know, he was a founder of modern growl EDM, that bass, that rough stuff that laid the basis for something that was a little more aggressive in music that was made with synthesizers. And I played synthesizers since the 1970s. And so I wanted to approach this song from that aspect. I wanted to actually not use a guitar-based sort of foundation for this song. I wanted it to be more keyboard, but still aggressive as hell. And so what I did is I got out my little MicroKorg and my MiniNova and a few other synthesizers, all analog. You got to put your hands on. You actually have to play them. And put down some riffs. And I put down some sort of ringtone-y type sounds that growled a bit, and I laid them down and I put them in that song. And there we have the aggressive part of the song. And then there was an intro that needed to be there, a sequencer that had to come out. And that became the adult, contemporary stylings within this song. Now we have these two components. The contemporary part that has lots of sequencers to it, has a chord section that rises and falls beneath those sequencers, and then keeps it sort of in a nice, tight, contained, conscious, safe place. We have the competing out of the recycling riffs that go through this process right out of the gate. When it comes out very aggressively, and we have them competing, and the contemporary part represents the conscious mind. The out of control part meets all the parts of the subconscious brain that were underlying thoughts that may not be socially acceptable that run through every human being's mind. We'll talk about that in depth in a later video. But for right now, we're just talking about the music. So I needed personalities that came into those parts. I talked to Laurie Harris, and I asked her to come in and sing. What we approached it as is someone who's sane, and that was the part of a doctor, a psychologist. And obviously, she has a patient, and this patient represents out of control, violence, all the things that sit in the human consciousness that are there and that were evolved thousands of years ago, millions of years ago, and are still with us. And these two things come together. And that music is set in a very tight contemporary, violence for a long process, another soft explanation of how this is being processed, and then finally the conclusion. And so you have this sort of up and down, this process of the music trying to get to a resolution. And in the end, we never find that. We never find that resolution within this song. And it should leave us a little bit, well, apprehensive. It should upset us in some way. It should make us feel some empathy towards the character of the patient. Anyway, I really encourage you to read those papers and description, the treatment of the video, and watch the video itself from last week. But till next week, all you have to do is stay tuned.